But Jackie, this is very different to the last time we met.
Extremely different, yeah, it is. And it's quite heartening that there are all these people here, but it's really, I keep going into tears when I keep looking at that film in there. It's like making me well up.
You and me both, mate.
Yeah.
And he's here, isn't he?
I think he's here, yes.
I've already heard him in my ear twice, so...
I had quite a lot of experiences after he died, immediately after he died, when I could hear him talking as well.
Well, when he died, you were there comforting him on the stage, weren't you, as he died?
Yeah, well, yes. I mean, I stayed back a bit because all the, the medical people came in, obviously, but I was kind of trying to will him back. I was sort of talking to him in my head and trying to get him to come back. And at one point, I thought he was going to come back, actually. And then it was as if he sort of went, I think I've had enough, Jack. And he sort of, I felt him kind of drift off.
Yeah. And then you went on stage at a festival the next day.
I did. We got back from the hospital at about 3 o'clock. And we went home, and then we got up at about 7 o'clock the next morning and drove down to Devon. And and by then the news was breaking, and first of all I was telling people that he hadn't gone yet because that was what I'd been told to say, and then gradually they sort of seemed to know more about the discretion of the situation than I did, so I started talking about it, and so I was able to say something on stage.
That was actually me and Graham, because we didn't know that we weren't supposed to say it. So we
right,
said it.
Okay. But it was kind of very painful. The whole thing was really, really painful.
Tell me a bit about putting tonight's show together, because it's for him, isn't it?
Yes, it is for him. It's like a celebration, hopefully. And basically, we sort of wanted to do something to mark the whole thing. Because there was the funeral, but there were just a few people at the funeral, so this was important. But obviously it's been a bit difficult because with all of the songs, Mick was saying words, singing the songs. So we've tried to sort of take a bit each, and we're going to try and do it in our own way and try and get through it. I'm going to try and get through it without crying, actually.
You are being so brave, Faith. It'll be okay.
Well, it'll be okay.
It'll be okay, because the old bastards there looking over your shoulder saying something rude.
Who are?
Hey, Mick.
Oh, right.
The old bugger's
I thought you meant he was.
No! The old bugger, Nick, is looking over your shoulder saying something rude.
I know. And I do feel him around a lot, actually. I do feel him around ever such a lot.
So what's going to happen next after tonight?
Well, hopefully we're going to do some more. Yeah, there's sort of talks, which I won't divulge anything at the moment, but there's kind of a bit of negotiation going on, so hopefully we will be able to carry on and do some stuff.
I hope so, because the world without Deviants is wrong.
Yeah, and the spirit of Mick was something very special, and it needs to be sort of kept alive, I think.
Well, the Deviants were the first people's band, and the people need them.
Yeah, I think so. Certainly what he was talking about, I feel it very, very strongly, and the spirit of revolution is around just as much as it was back then, at the moment.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We need Mick's message now more than we did in 1967, to be quite honest.
Absolutely, yeah, we do. And there are a lot of people who are too complacent, obviously, about everything. And, I feel things like that very strongly. And I think if you can say it through music, obviously, it's a cliche, but if you can do it through music, then that's what should happen.
Thanks, honey.
You're very welcome.
And we'll talk again soon, I hope.
Yes. I'm sorry I'm a bit tearful.
Oh, darling, look,
there you go.
If you weren't a bit tearful, you wouldn't be the Jaki Windmill we all know and love.
That's true. But
if you're going to be some hard bitch going, well, it's just another gig, well, I wouldn't have bothered to be filming.
This is special, and I love you, Mick.
And so do I, you old bastard.
I actually managed to say it to him before he went. Before we left that morning, he said, Jack, come into the room, come into the bedroom. And I thought, why? He said, I want to tell you something. So I went in with him, and he said a few things like, I'm not sure I can do this, Jack, and things like that. And I said, well, up to you, and as I went out the room, I don't know why I said it, but I said, I really love you, Mick. And he said, I really love you, Jack. And then we got into the car and he was normal. The moment had passed, but it was interesting. That was before we left Brighton.
Do you think he knew?
I think he probably did, actually, yeah. I think he probably did. But when he got in the car, he kind of acted completely normal. Then there were a few moments in the dressing room where it felt a bit strange, and I said there happened to be an astrological conflagration. That's not what I mean.
Yeah,
there
I
was,
know what you mean.
Yeah, on that day, which was really strong. And he said, "What does that mean?" And I said, "I'm not sure, Mick, but it means something serious." And he went quiet, and I didn't know what I was saying, but I wonder whether it was.
It was his time.
Yeah, I think it was the right time.
I don't want to be trite about this, but it was the perfect way for him to go.
It was, but I think he would have rather not gone. I mean, a lot of people say that, but he would rather have not gone at that moment. But yeah,
But it was
a good way
better
to
that
go.
he went then than dying by inches in old people's ward. And
Absolutely, yeah. He would have hated that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
thanks, honey.
Okay, thanks again.
We'll talk again soon, babe.
Okay.